Hey, Piper. Just thought I'd stop in for a quick little Thursday night chat, and before I turn it in, everybody around here's already hit the hay, and some of my late nights are going to have to be over. Emily's starting back to school in the morning, and full time, full all days tomorrow, really first day of school. She's in the first grade, and my wife goes on up to the restaurant and starts getting the meat off the pit. We kind of rotate it, but she kind of likes doing that, and so 90% of the time she does it. Well, here lately, 100% of the time, just what she prefers. And it's my job to get Emily to school. We just live right around the corner, and so I got to roll out pretty early in the mornings. Smoking some Lane Limited 1Q and my golden freehand plateau from Uncle Raggy. I got about half of this bowl left. I've been smoking on it for this is a pretty big bowl on this thing, and been smoking on it for about an hour. Yeah, 35, 40 minutes. Look, really enjoyed. A couple of y'all have done some videos and showed the pipe collection. Nathan, Nathan Campbell did one, and Wallace, Mr. Tree Stump did one. Really enjoyed it, guys. Enjoyed looking at them. A couple of contest entries I had for my contest, 400 subs, and I hadn't quite got there. I've got to that 397 just hanging. But it runs till September the 10th. Y'all remember to do it, to enter in. What I'd like to do is see some old retro pictures, just hold up some snapshots, maybe when you were a kid or early teens, middle age, depending on, if you're a youngster, maybe one when you was a kid and a teenager and kind of grown, kind of my age, I held up one right after me and my wife got married. One, and I was in my 30s, and of course one just recently. Well, that's two of my passions. I love looking at pipes, and I've always just been an old photo hound. Love looking at old pictures and stuff. Like I said last night, I got a couple of bids out on some pipes that'll end tomorrow and Saturday. Most of them Saturday. On a couple of Savinellis and I think a Nording. I'd like to make one of them pay off, and one of them I've already had to re-up the bid a little bit, but hopefully I catch some folks sleeping on one of them. Oh, and I got one on a Dr. Grayboe, and I can't even remember which one of them is. I've been really looking at the old Grayboes. This is an old one, vintage 60s probably, and there's several of them I want to try to get, like the old Viscount and Starfire, Eldorado. The old Emperor. There's several that, and just like with the K-Woodies, there's several good little sites. Got a lot of history in the old Grayboes. And of course, there's still some new ones, the Golden Duke and Grand Duke, and well, I like their freehand too. The smooth one I like. But I'd love to have a little Golden Duke, a Royalton. But I've got three, and there's two or three. There's probably for sure two new ones I would like to have, maybe three in my collection. And I'm gonna try to start hanging out on eBay and picking up. I told my wife about one a month. I'm gonna try to pick up an old vintage. If I can get it in the $15 to $40 range, and sometimes you can look up and get them. Look, I seen an old vintage '60s era Dr. Graybo. I think might have been a Starfire. Had box and all, and went for $15. You know, and I've seen them go for 45 or 50. Just depends on who's on that day. You know, how bad they want them. But I'm gonna try to buy one a month, and you know, I know Guy Witherspoon is a big K Woody collector, and I think I'm gonna look at the Dr. Graybo window. And of course, now we're just rehashing old stuff, but this old Lane Limited 1Q, you know, it's a winner anytime. Y'all all know it. I'm not saying nothing y'all don't already know. And according to several websites, this is the #1 selling tobacco nationwide, is Lane Limited 1Q. And several people duplicate it, and some people buy the Lane Limited 1Q and put their own name on it. I got a feeling that's what MA's is doing with the IQ. Of course, Albert says it's a little bit different, and I think there's something that MA's is adding to that, because it's close, but no enchilada, you know. You know, maybe they're throwing in a little more Cavendish. Who knows? Maybe I hadn't gotten them out side by side, and I've got some of both on hand. I haven't got them side by side and really took a good look to see. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that and get back with y'all on it. Look, a friend of mine called me on the phone tonight, and Ozzy Oz, a.k.a. Alan Woods, and a lot of y'all remember Alan. He had left for a while, and similar situation happened with Alan that happened to kind of like this past little heated thing that came up here a week or so ago. Happened about a year ago. Alan's a good fella, and he just kind of did like Eric did and took a lower profile. If you hadn't subscribed, he goes under Ozzy Oz. Good guy. And he and I visited on the phone a time or two. He called me the last time asking about the Civilization game that I play, and that's a game you can get in and spend hours. You know, you go from the very beginning of pretty much almost back to the Stone Age up to modern era with military stuff. It's a strategic game. Of course, you got to build your army, and you got to keep them funded. You got to keep your citizens happy. You got to keep other countries happy. You got to make peace treaties and have a good foreign policy relationship. It's just a good, fun game, and Alan's fixing to get it. Anyway, we bitched about that, but on a little bad news note, Alan called me today, and he's got a video up. You know, he wears the dark glasses, and there's a reason for that. A lot of people don't, you know, just thinks he's wearing sunglasses. But Alan's got glaucoma, and he's my age. He may even be a year. I'm 48. Alan may be a year or so younger. We're close, but he suffers from glaucoma, and he's had some problems long time. He's totally disabled now from it, and he said told me on the phone, and I think he mentioned in the video, he knew he's been having some problems, and finally that he suspected was getting worse, and sure enough, they confirmed it today, and they want it done tomorrow, surgery on it. So let's keep Alan in our prayers that everything goes well, and that he can at least maintain the vision, which is not real good even now, but at least he can maintain that, and it doesn't get any worse. So if you would keep Ozzy Oz, aka Alan Woods, in your prayers. And he asked me to call him, or said I could call him. He wants me to do an update video, and I told him I'd be most glad to. And so I'm going to try to call him tomorrow, about 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow night, And if he feels like talking, he'll answer. If not, he wants me to call him back Saturday. And I'll get back with y'all on an update. I'll let you know how that's going. But like I said, keep him in your prayers. We're looking forward in a couple of weeks to going down and meeting Calendar, Les, Nathan and Rachel, and Big Smoking Wolf, and I'm not sure who all else. They're forming the Louisiana, Mississippi Coon-Ass Pipers deal, and they're talking about going to Baton Rouge and meeting hopefully in the next, not this coming up week, not this weekend, but the next or the next. And I'm trying to schedule it and trying to hopefully let them know tomorrow exactly when I can come. I'm fairly open. I would like to kind of kill two birds with one stone and see my son. And I hope this works with everybody's schedules. I don't get to see Clayton as much as I'd like to because of the way he works and the way we work. So every opportunity I get to missing him, and I want to grab onto it. And what I'm trying to get him to do is pick up one of those weekends when he's not working that particular day, because I'm going to have to make a turnaround trip, go down and come back that same day, because I've got a lot of church stuff going on the next 2 or 3 weeks that we've got a lot going on that I'm involved in and just can't miss. So I'm not going to be able to stay the night. But I'm going to see if he'll make the 70-mile trip over. And he said he would. And have a dinner and meet he and his fiance. And I'm trying to get my wife to come with me. Her sister's coming in not this weekend, but next from Canada. So if it's that weekend, I'm going to come by myself. But I'd like to meet Clayton for a late dinner and, just a dinner. And then hook him up back to Monroe. It's a 3-hour drive. So what I could do is get up early that morning. We pick a time, and I get up early that morning and head south. We can meet at Don Juan's or the other place they've talked about. Excuse my hoarseness. I'm going to talk to the doctor next week when I go about maybe changing my meds. It's an anti-inflammatory that's doing it, diclofenac, and it makes me hoarse. I'm supposed to take it every day, and I don't. I take it about 3 times a week because it's heck on your stomach too. But anyway, looking forward to getting to meet these guys and having a pint and pick me up some Havana honey while I'm down there if we go to Don Juan's. Maybe have a lunch with them. Talked to Nathan about making me a pipe rack, and maybe pick up a couple of pipe bags from Rachel. When we went to the camp, I took about 10 pipes with me to smoke and clean up, just have something to do around there at night when we didn't have anything to do. I didn't have enough bags to take them in. I didn't want to just take them. I like to put them in a bag, keep them from clinking around on each other. But I started today. I've got a 7-day rotation. I may only stay on this a day or two, so y'all don't hold me to it. And I've actually, got the way my rack is, there's 14 slots, 2 on each side. So I'm going to have a backup for that day. I'm going to have really 2 days. Monday I'll have 2 pipes. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And then I've, of course, got some other pipes if I want to fill in. But I'm going to try to stick to it. And if I don't, well, it's just because if I get to missing a certain pipe that I smoked on Monday by Thursday, I may have to come off of it. But at any rate, we're going to give it a shot. And hopefully some of them get the rest they need. When I'm 14 minutes in, what was going to be a quick visit turned out to be a rambler. So that's me. Look, catch y'all later. Y'all keep Alan in your prayers, and y'all have a good one, and God bless.